Hey, hey. Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. Happy March 7th. Happy Thursday. Hi, Citrona. Hi, Mika. Hi, Toad. I hope you're all doing well. Why does this sound so loud, even though it's like all normal? Okay. Um, Hi. I hope you're all doing well. How's the week been? Ugh. I've been very out of it this week so far. Um, I was tempted to cancel stream tonight, but I was like, I already took Tuesday's stream out of the scheduling for this week. And I figured that I could at least do some administrative work because it's been a while since I've done it. Just a co-working stream where it's actually admin work and not necessarily me drawing, and I think I really kinda need it given what happened recently with me forgetting to get a VOD exported to YouTube. So I'm going to be doing mostly a bunch of administrative stuff, and if I feel like drawing, then maybe I'll switch over afterward. But for now, I'll be staying on this screen for a hot while as I just go ahead and immediately start doing work. Uh, yeah, be here, kind of vibing. Need to open up. Oh, I'm gonna open up a lot of links actually if I do that. Okay, I'm going to tackle one thing at a time. Unfortunately, I brought my Pomodoro timer over here. Yeah, if y'all have any of your own stuff to be taken care of, whether it's chores, maybe you'll also be working on art or doing homework, working on exams, studying something. Feel free to just work alongside me. Uh, I'll just go ahead and get this timer going. Okay. First order of business, I have art I need to share that I cannot get to posting until literally after I got home from work stuff. And I still needed extra time to freaking de-stress after getting home. This week has been very, very busy, very filled with stuff. Um, let's see here. Okay, here's the image. I have to add some alt text. Um, It's so annoying having to coordinate the same posts all across all of my different profiles. Um, I know there's this silly website that I've seen a few furry artists use called Postyburb. Apparently it also supports Blue Sky, which is really fascinating. On the Tumblr. I don't see Twitter on this, which is not a surprise. No Instagram though. Probably not that worth it for me at the moment. Oh. I'm not sure how long tonight's stream will be since I'm just a little exhausted and focusing on other stuff, but worry not. We'll see how I feel today. Not settings. Account. What did I do with my previous birthday post for Brawler? Come on. Come on. Party horror. Okay. Where's my caption? Huh? Oh my god, Mika. That's Brawleria. Okay. Please rearrange that. Oh, I have to tag. Of course, right. Begrudgingly, that's the thing I'm supposed to do. Um, you're here for realsies, you'll just figure out dinner later? Patrona. Um... Ah! Fuck. Delete post. Thank you. Ugh. I forgot that on Blue Sky I have to do it slightly different because I have to actually include hashtags in my thing to organize my art. Okay. Have to go grab this alt text again. VTuber. Okay. Okay, now I can post that. Then this one can post, and I can actually edit Tumblr posts, so that one does not matter as much. Okay, then I copy this. And I have to go into my Discord. I share it in my little doodles, my art channel that I have. Ta-da. Okay. message. Very good. And then I have to go over to this channel. Have to post, not the Clip Studio file. Cool. Where's Woo? Okay, I have to do this on Instagram too. Okay, Instagram. Thank you, Nightbot. So great. My birthday art for Prowler from last year is like not that far scrolling wise on my Instagram. Oh Lord Almighty. Post this, have to use the same caption, but it's on my phone. It's annoying because Instagram is stupid. It is meant only for mobile. If he has an Instagram, I'm not gonna tag it if I've already tagged him in one spot. Okay, and then I have to do my usual stupid hashtags on the site. Tumor, blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay. Share. Thanks. Amazing. Cool. Good job. I have not been posting that much on my Instagram. Mostly because I've been working on sketches mainly and just leaving them as sketches for once. It's a good thing, but you know, still. Okay, cool. Okay, that's done. You pulled Prowler over to... What does that mean? I don't really know what... I just knew it was a driving game, but I don't know anything else about what the game that Prowler was doing on stream was. I only wanted to see his reactions to everyone's posts on the Kudo board, because I was like, I don't have time to watch much right now. Police RP. You desperately need a multiplayer racing game with turn signals? I don't know if people would use turn signals. I don't know. I'm just... Well, I guess Grand Theft Auto is an anomaly because your crime is meant to be there, given the nature of the game. Your brother had a Crown Vic, so you used that and had a police siren. I don't know what a Crown Vic is. You want a Civi RP? What? I like this. I'm gonna move my Pomo timer. Yeah, okay. That was bothering me. Okay. Okay, that is done. Oh. Is there anything else I need to do? Oh, yes, VOD. The reason why I needed these stupid ass co-working, just admin working streams is because I need to also make sure my VODs are up to date, which right now they kinda are. Actually, I need to upload the next one. That's from February 29. Let's export that one. Oh, that's from Leap Day. Okay, so that one's getting exported right now. Then I'm going to make these public. Etrian Odyssey Part 8. Please. Thank you. Publish. Oh, that is an ugly thumbnail. That is on one of my stingers instead. Can I fix this? Is that fucking Samantha on the... Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, this just got here. I need to put the description here, and then copy paste stream title, and then here's the actual video title. Is this right? No, wrong. This one. No, it's this one. Getting confused. Save. There we go. Just kind of let that upload and finish up for now. Huh. I guess I don't have that much else administrative-wise. Okay, let me see. Is there anything in my notes? Upload VODs every so often. Coding a custom alert box. I can't really do that right now. But I need to test sound, and I don't really have finalized sounds. I could go look for a new raid alert sound, because I've been meaning to do that for quite a few weeks now. Emotes, audience avatars, Arknights, commonlit.org. They're made out of meat. I have a lot of old after stream memos on here too. Half-Life VR, but the AI is self-aware.fandom.com. Category chair. Someone told me to watch only seasons 1, 2, and 6 of Voltron. Asutenki bandcamp.com. Okay. I really do mean it when I say write things down for memos and stuff. If not on this notepad, I write it in my actual memos channel in my server that I have for myself. I have a lot of leftovers stuff to like tackle. We don't want to put Etrian Odyssey on that, ideally. But we'll see. I have... Interesting, okay. Site bookmarks, what is... Okay, I see Posty Burb on here. What is one? Oh, listography. Oh. You make lists, and it's a social media platform, but for lists. Tupperbox.app. Oh, right, this is a Discord bot where you can have it, like, have quote-unquote different profiles, so you can, like, roleplay as different characters and stuff. I think I might want to get that because of my OC Ask Box channel being open now. I'm going to reply to myself and say, look at Tupper Box. Okay. For OC Ask Box. Cool. Okay. I haven't been drawing too much this weekend other than me cramming the fan art that I've been doing for Prowler because it's Prowler's birthday today. If you don't know Prowler, because sometimes I bring him up and I don't say anything, Prowler is a Leshen. He is an artist, League of Legends gamer. Technically League of Legends gamer first, artist second, programmer third, gamer fourth. I say gamer fourth because his reading ability is concerning, and his gameplay choices are horrendous. But he's great, he fosters a great community. I've been watching him for 2 years. I am only here again because I found a community that encourages me to be grateful and blah blah blah. Creative. Anyway, yeah, it was his birthday today. So I actually have a time lapse of this artwork actually because I was like, I think I'll make a time lapse of the birthday art that I did for Prowler this time around. I don't really have anywhere to put it on this though. Let me see. Let me see where can I put this on this? Add file. Time lapses, Prowler Gym. Please. Is this not going to... Okay, hold on. I'm going to put it all the way at the bottom so it doesn't jump scare me when I'm like, what is it doing, you know? Okay, I don't know where maybe I should put the time lapse like here on the doily, but then I need to move my pomodoro timer. Sure. That works. And then I think if I just bring this Okay. Cool. Enjoy. That is the full video time lapse, like the one I shared last time on stream after I finished something. You can't wait for Outer Wilds tomorrow. Ugh. I'm going to miss it. I can't yell at him or anything. I'm going to hope Imai can yell at him for me because Outer Wilds is a very important game to me. Actually, I don't even know how long this time lapse is. Sorry, I'm like jumping back and forth on stuff. Since I'm like trying to load up my motivation right now. Art, time lapse. It's like not that far off. It's only like 70 megabytes smaller than the other one. It's only like 5 minutes of a time lapse. It's going to loop. Okay, cool. You've been watching Draw With Me videos again and it's making you want to use your tablet more. You wish you had more desk space already. Patience is a virtue. But hopefully soon. No, we don't need this to be playing audio. Okay, anyway. He still manages to win somehow though. That doesn't... Just because the ends do not justify the means. I think that's what the saying is. I'm gonna open Clip Studio. I guess we'll be drawing or something. I just set up this scene though. I have to move everything over to my other fucking scene. Firearm studies I'm kind of done with for now. I just need to make it look a little nicer and then just be like, haha, look at me, I drew guns. And then other stuff, I've been like working on like... What have I been working on? I've been working on like... What is this clip? What is this clip? What is this? Why did you clip this? What is the point of this? Why? Hold on, I need to regain my thought. What was I saying? I've been working on some world building stuff at least last night because I was like updating terminology and stuff like that because I'm trying to feel like I'm like doing a lot of the history writing sort of parts where I'm like being like, okay, so like let's go through the history and pretend like I'm existing in this world as a historical person as things develop and events happen. How would things be interpreted and how would things be named? And so I've been going through a lot of that and trying to like put my mindset into that, and I've recently been doing that for like one of the main like antagonistic forces in this world building, and it's been a lot of like, oh, how do I like what would they think of as a term for them, like blah blah blah. And then I like had to resort to using this stupid decision making program that I scripted in my usual HTML and JavaScript that like fucking decides which is your favorite among a list of choices. And so like it's like if you had like a list of names for something, like let's say you wanted to like name Citrona's ship because I see Citrona in the chat right now, and you had like a bunch of names and you're like the lime, the lemon, the citrus, the citrusy. I think it's actually called the lime, so it doesn't matter. But pretend like Citrona didn't have a name for it and they needed to name their ship. And then maybe they had other things like the zesty, the green power, like the Pokemon favorite picker, yeah. So I just coded a thing that just does like a fake matrix thing. Basically, it makes a pairing of all possible choices. And then you just choose between which, and then it gives you a pair at a time. And it's like, oh, which one do you like between these two? And then it just, so, oh wow, look at that time lapse. It just shows you the ones that you voted for the most, basically. So I did that. I did that for colors. I used an online thing specifically for that. And then I think I ended up just coding my own because I got really annoyed and I needed something for my own world building. And I was like, I'm going to code this. And then I remembered I had it for this. And I was like, hello there. I am going to use you again. It was so fun to look at this and be like, how much of this code isn't up to my personal formatting standards? Y'all, I looked in that code and I was like, my constant variables aren't in all caps and underscored. Anyway, um, so I did that because I was like, maybe this will help me like decide on a term because for some reason I'm like super indecisive about that in regards to world building. Because you got silly names, and like in Kingdom Hearts, they call their enemies the Heartless, and then the world ends with you calls it noise. And it's like, I don't want mine to be like super silly, like, haha, these are the weirdos. or, uh, um, I don't want them to have like a weird name, be like, oh no, it's a horde of the unemotional ones. And it's like, I hate this. So I was like, I'm going to work with a historical context of how would people perceive these and then start looking up I possible words and stuff and then put it together. I had to do a lot of etymology searching too because I was thinking of using the word grotesque as one of the things and I put it in, but I was also noticing that grotesque technically comes from a development of words coming from the word grotto, so it's like cave-like, and I was like, I think given the early history and like them naming this, I don't know if them naming these monsters fucking cave dwellers is exactly what I'm going for. So no. Stuff like that. Also, I think hmm, did you ever I don't know if I did the Pokemon favorite picker. Actually, no, you did send me that. That was the thing I used to do. I think we were talking about it, and then you sent me a generic thing for picking, which I then did for the colors, which is what Citrona said. There you go. There was something you wanted to ask me about in regard to world building things, but you forgot. It was more food roles and history. Is it about pasta, colonization, and occupation causing food and culinary changes? You think you modified the generic one for one of your projects? Why do you say it like that? Like for one of your projects. Dot dot dot. Is it about characters you'd want to redact? Hmm? um, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. You don't remember anything about the project? Oh, fair. The Flood Project. What does that even mean? All right, this first Pomodoro has been like half productive, but I'm just trying to get my bearings. I think we'll probably move into doing some art. I might just do some random doodling, so I might go back to that stream doodle sheet that I was working on but haven't touched in a hot while. Oh, there's our short break timer. I think I'll probably do like one more sketch on this, so it's like 6, and that way I can post it soon. Because I think I'm overdue to post some sketches again, and these stream sketch sheets, I don't want them it's already at 5 right now. So I might open a Get Sketched Loser raffle if anyone's interested. You should look and see what stuff Butterfree has made more recently. You took a lot of inspiration from her on her Pokemon site when you first started doing silly coding stuff, I see. I've been coding lots. Well, not that much. You watch the Dunmeshi character design video. It's generally safe for major plot points, but it does reveal a lot of side spoilers because the character design is just like that. Important to their stories and how they interact with the world. Great. Good to know. Anime go faster. I am unable to read. um. Is this done processing the VOD? I just exported to YouTube. It's processing up to SD right now. Hurry up and remember your world building questions, Citrona. You're activating my brain cell. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and get the art capture OBS scene prepared in advance, because... Okay, where is the time lapse? Add existing time lapse. Oh my god, that is gigantic. I am going to put it. Never mind. I don't actually have room on this scene because I have Nico from Lackadaisy telling me to stop fucking around. It's really good. Basically, for actual technical stuff, she does a lot of exercises with the characters, like drawing, then an outfit swaps, race swaps, and seeing if their features are still recognizable. I see, I see. Right. How do I feel about you sharing my clips of my channel outside specifically the silly brawler is a Lucian League play? I'm not like the only reason why it bothers me is because I don't want to make it seem like it's like promoting other people, right? That's my only qualm with it. That's the only. Sorry, I feel like I'm burping. Ooh. That's like the only qualm I would have with it. If you think it's like fine, then like go ahead. I won't really say anything otherwise. That's literally just my qualm with doing stuff like that. Thank you for asking. Um, yeah. So world building. Is it about calzones? I don't know why calzones is the first thing on my mind. Taco? Peanut butter? Violating other places' promotion rules? Yeah. Even if it's just like haha funny silly little clip of like someone else's stream, because it's technically like from their stream, you know. Um is it about farming and agriculture? I haven't written that much about food lately. What have I been writing about lately? Version history. We have the VTubers channel. You think it's fine for there? As you insist. The channel that I don't even have in my channels list because I was like, I don't need to look at this. Teehee. We're getting further from the question. It was about a specific food type. Is it about Jello salad? I thought Toad said the VTuber channel was fine. It's Mika who said that. Fucking hell. I was like, why are Mika's two messages? What? And then I was like, oh, Mika said that. Oh my god. Stop using the same greed. I can't control you, but it it's not usually a problem. Okay, let me just I wanna see what I've been writing about. I've been writing about my monsters. It's funny that this is the month of March because I was like, LOL. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna shift over to the other screen now so we can doodle. There we go. Hello, welcome back to the sketch sheet. It's been a hot while, but I would like to get this posted at some point. Um, anyway, I know the time. I'm gonna pause the timer actually, so I can finish my thought. Um, what was I saying? I'm getting so distracted. Me recognizing names is not usually an issue. I guess this time I just like read past the colors this time and looked okay. We already did yellow salad. Yes, we did. Calzone is gay for Citrona because it's Italian, supposedly. Oh well, you forgore. Thanks for foregoing. What flavors are the most prominent in my world? Okay, I'm gonna hold that thought for a moment while we search up if calzones are actually Italian. The word is, I would think. Um, one thing. Okay, calzone. Sorry, I like saw some emails and busy stuff. Chris joins call. You are Calzone's Italian. Chris, what the? You need to leave him alone. There's not a history section on the Calzone page on Wikipedia. California Girl Zone, your folded pizza so hot you burned the roof. What the fuck? This is why I have the timer paused. It says it's an Italian oven bake. It originated in Naples in the 18th century. Reference 3. This looks like an Italian document that it's referencing. Le ricette regionali italiane. Pardon my pronunciation. Okay, well, there you go. Naples, hold on. Naples. Chris is the weather boy, not her friend. Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to be part of a Get Sketched loser raffle? I think this only really works if we have people here who have not been sketched, because Citrona has had Derek sketched. Mika would be drawn as a thing. There's Toad. Maybe I'll just draw something random. You will not join the raffle. Mika, stop. I just sipped water. Stop it. You're down? Okay. Imagine someone comes in and also joins the raffle. And then Toad doesn't get it. Hold on, let me go ahead and get the thingy. Chris, on my... Stop! You're confusing Toad! Look what you're doing! Oh my god, Mika's gonna join. Ooh, Toad, it's going to be a competition. Pray to the RNG gods. Okay, I'm going to open the Get Sketched Loser raffle in 3, 2, 1, unpaused. I think I have a... Is it raffle? It is. Here it is. Technically, Acer's excluded because Acer was the last one to do the raffle, because I've only ever had 2 raffles. And then, as a reminder, if you don't get picked for the raffle, you do get refunded. Unless my mods do something, in which case I punch them. But you are supposed to get refunded if you don't make the raffle, just so you can always join the next time around. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna let Citrona and Mika explain all of this. I don't know if Toad knows what Weather Boy is referring to. Maybe you should explain that first. In the meantime, I'm assuming Mika will also... Let me pin my message really quick. I'll do it for like... Let's do 8 minutes. And then after 8 minutes, we'll like... Cool. Whoa, okay. Lady, are you gonna think about Vessel unless I want to draw a sketch of... It doesn't matter. If you really want me to draw Roomba, it's up to you, but you have to think of that, and then if you get picked for the raffle, you're going to really have to think about that. So it's not me. Don't worry about me. I will suffer in any way possible. Anyway, let me go back to Citrona's world building question. What flavors are prominent in your world? It depends on the area you go to, because my world is a whole ass planet with nations. We did talk about spice that one time, so we get a lot of the nasal clearing and tongue numbing spice as one of the more dominant spice flavors from around the world. And that's especially in my world's Asia equivalent and just in most other countries. But because of the Philippines developing the regular like hot chili peppers type of spice, you start seeing that a little more commonly around the world, but it is more prominent. That is the main type of spice in my world's Philippines equivalent. Um, Other than that, you do see a lot of differences in how some of the um staples and ingredients are used, which just thus affects like flavor profiles and stuff like that. So like France, the equivalent of France is made to be a lot more seafood heavy, because they have a lot more exposure to coast. Um, so there's a lot more seafood heavy, but they still have their typical non-seafood dishes, but they do have a lot more seafood influence across the board. Um, um, does France get the paella instead? We still have a Spain equivalent. Thank you, Magic. Code has more competition. Um, Mika has also redeemed it. Okay, there is much competition between three people. Um, Also, hi, Magic. You'll figure something. Okay, you have to get picked. Hi, Magic. I hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday. Or Friday, depending. I think it's Thursday for you. Sorry, I'm. Whoa. Also, daylight saving time is this weekend. The horse. What the hell? You're really gonna make me draw hideous things, aren't you? Anyway, I mean, I did talk about the seafood quiche that France would have instead. I think it actually might be in my document because I think I did it at the end. Hot sauce quiche. Yes, quiche is more authentic. Quiches are tend to have more seafood. You just made crab rangoons. Ooh, nice. I've like heard of crab rangoons a bit, but I don't really know much about them. So we're gonna look that up. Oh, sometimes called crab puffs, crab rangoon puffs, cheese wontons, or cream cheese rang. Okay, so I had these. I personally don't enjoy them too much, but I do recognize these. Hello. Um, I hope you enjoyed them. I really want dumplings soon. I want to like get dumplings hopefully sometime soon. So that's like the plan. Um, I'm trying to think of more stuffy. Uh, I think seafood would definitely, I think in general, will definitely be more of a newer thing that's been incorporated into cuisines, except for like the cuisines of like the rich who could afford to like have ships go out to sea and be like, yeah, well, make sure you're fitted so you don't die from sea monsters and everything. Because I would imagine that like quite a few miles just out from shore probably is already just hellishly dangerous in general until they get better at sea travel and making sure they do not die. So um I think that would be something that would possibly affect the world building. If anything, a lot of quote unquote seafood would actually have to be just stuff that is more gotten from just rivers, like freshwater food. Like, because for example, I know Cambodia has like a lot of freshwater stuff. Because there's a lot of fish, soft shell crab that's incorporated. That's a general trend across Southeast Asia also. So that's something um that would probably be like a minor cultural difference that you'd get like saltwater marine food. There has to be like a better term than seafood because seafood is. I don't think seafood should exist as a term in my world building. I think that's something I need to figure out. Um, How does that danger affect the exploration of different places? That would reduce countries' interactions. Yes, it would. So cultural exchange would be a lot more different. One, because there are slightly urban centers are a lot more concentrated. You don't get a lot of cities touching each other. You know how like cities are like fucking next to each other in like California, right? You're not going to go that. You're not going to get that very much at all until later technology is developed to be like literal monster prevention stuff, right? Um, so you do get a lot more of just cultural preservation across like um between the countries and stuff. Um, Besides them having like specifically set up paths at least between cities and stuff as they start doing that. Um, which means that overseas like uh traveling is also very limited at at for to some extent. I think um with quote unquote magicians, there's you definitely like see magicians that's like they take on a variety of different careers, and definitely magicians would be like a definite necessity for like when they started like doing sea travel and they just happened to like get lucky with like doing sea travel and like trying to explore and like reach other continents and be like, oh, there are fucking other countries here, you know? It's like, yes, you are. This is our one sailor. They are meant to go fight the monsters. Otherwise, they go eat saltine crackers in our underground cellar thingy, and then they just drink beer. And that's all they do. But they kill the monsters for us, so we kind of can't complain. Lobster used to be a poor man's food, actually. Ooh, let's look it up. Oh, I'm getting distracted. Fuck. As food history. Claim to have eaten lobsters since early history. There's also like river lobsters and stuff, like there's crawfish and stuff, right? So like lobster probably would be more considered also like not necessarily upper class, I guess, in my world building. If lobsters can also be gotten from like rivers to some extent, right? That'd be interesting. Um, I had to think about the Roman Empire, and I don't want to think about it. Fuck off, Roman Empire. Um, I also don't like lobster personally. Um, Maybe I just haven't had it enough in a way that's more enjoyable yet, but I don't like lobster, unfortunately. Have I figured out cultural things that I've developed convergent like crap? Uh, Besides same-sex union, uh, things that develop independently. Let me see if I like. Hold on. I might have written something in my history thing. Um, nope, nope. It's just independent, just acknowledging of same-sex union and two different of the main continents. Okay, well, um, oh, I said there was a proper sailing and trade route in 1392. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the geography setup, I guess, is slightly different, so might be a little easier for some of these countries to like and continents to like connect with each other. And I'm not going to think about how the different setup of land and ocean would affect things like climate and stuff. I'm just going to nod. No, thank you. I refuse. Has oh the pin thing has gone down, which means it's time to close the raffle and pick who I'm going to draw so I can finally focus on doing stuff. Hold on. I've been playing with my fidget toys. Okay, I have to turn off or pause the point reward. Thank you, friends, for getting into the raffle. Let me go ahead and open private tab to open my picker wheel. And then let me go ahead and open it up. Um, Here. Hello. There it is. That didn't really fade in or out. So we have Toad, Magic, Mika, Toad, Magic, Mika. Alrighty. Um, so again, if you have a Sona or OC that you want to be drawn if you are picked, please go ahead and send it to me. If it is something that you happen to have sent to me before, like a Sona, or if I happen to have that reference already, then don't worry about it. Then, why is this taking so long? It is Toad. Good job, Toad. I don't know why I said it like that. Yippee! Your merchant. Mika, think of this farther in advance. Toad, go ahead and send me a reference that you would like me to use. If you have any like particular maybe depictions you'd want of your character that you want me to draw, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and start reassembling the things. I'll make sure to refund everyone who didn't get picked for the raffle after stream. Thank you, everyone. I hopefully can do more of these raffles. Yeah, there's... I'm thinking. Things that people individually developed. Individually develop. You'll refund? Okay, thank you. Imagine Mika just approves it. Like, I am angry and I'm going to ruin everything for everyone. I'm gonna move this buddy. Can't believe it's been a hot while since I've touched any of this. But owl over here. We'll have to move the whore a little in. I could probably move that pose around. Let me what is this? uh, me trying to remember what anything is very difficult. Okay, no, I need to move Derek in more. Derek needs to be moved more. We do it with these. Don't apply the transformation. I have to grab this layer too. Screaming. Hate myself so much. Why did I make this so hard for myself? A little more. I want to like horizontally squish this canvas, that's why. The monitor is the thing everyone shows you need to actually think about your other vessels. The horror. It's on his resume. God. Thank you, Toad, for the message. Give me a moment while I keep doing things really quick. I'm gonna go ahead and shrink this down. Ooh, that's terrible bonding. I should have just selected from the layers itself. Okay, whatever. Where is the ref? I can just do this. I don't need to ask. I have a method for the. Cool, and now I can shrink. Oh my god, 6,800, 6,400, 5,600. Cool, look at that, amazing. 5,500. Yeah, we can do 5,500. Okay, cool. I guess Toad can just be put here. Rough. What have I been using? I just been using. Okay, cool. Sure, work for me. Sure does that. 8 pixels. I'm going to hide Clip Studio really quick while I go see what's in my references. It's Prowler. Okay. I was like, what do I have in here? It's this Prowler. Full sizes of your profile Fugi pics via Discord. There's a 3x3 channel core. You got a bunch of pic crews for your human form, which you're not going to ask me to draw without an actual reference. Pay me for drawing your reference sheet. Let me go ahead and download this really quick. Save image. Pictures, art references, OC and Sona sheets, Stone Toad, version 2024-03, 1, because it's technically 2 different versions of it. Okay, okay. Crab Rangoons! Okay, love how cats dilate their pupils to indicate it's time to be fucking still. Why? If you had the money, you would be all over paying to draw your breath. One day, I'll start accepting commission. This year is not the day. I say this, but I feel like I can just start doing it, but I lack the confidence for some reason. Do not yell at me. Especially you, Citrona. Don't yell at me. Don't look at me. Don't perceive me. Stop. Both of you. Stop. Stop it. Right now. Okay, there's Toad. Toody. Okay, let me shrink this. And then let me go ahead and get the Pomodoro timer started. Because I like fucking breeze through Prowler's thing in like a day somehow. So, you know. If I see your current ref, you'll get it. I think you sent me a reference before when I used to have like portraits done. When I had my previous drawing reward thing. Which I now have as a raffle, so I'm not overwhelming myself. I'm going to look for a toad, not a frog. Let's be precise. Before 2020 minus Mario. Because I started seeing Mario Toad. And I was like, no. No, no, no. ちょっと待って. What kind of pose do I want to use? Why does this toad have a harness? Gotta figure out which is worse. It's worse doing something badly for someone you see often or doing something badly for someone you're never gonna see again, and start with the other. I don't know. I mean, bat toad. Oh, this toad ate a bat. Wow, look at that. Oh, okay. I know I have world building questions, and I'm going to try to hold my brain back. I need to find a reference first. Look at all these toadies. Look, they're so cute. This toad is wearing a bra and panties. All right. Okay. This toad looks like it's judging you. I think I should draw a judgmental toad. I like this. I'm going to use this as a reference, even though it's a very simple toad. It's not very dynamic. I know I'm going to hate myself if I choose something more dynamic, but like if I don't, I'm not going to grow as an artist. I'm just searching up toad. I'm trying to look for toad photos. Look at this toad drawing. Look at this toad being held. Look at this toad being flat. Oh, other cattle? Okay. Oh, this photo's so cute. This toad is resting their head on another toad. How does sex frogs... Okay, I don't need that... Okay. I'm trying to look so hard right now. Okay, wait, maybe actually that photo I saw that I called cute with the toad resting their head on the other one was them mating. Never... Okay, I swear people did that for like some other animal thing. They were like, oh... I think they're like doing it because the cat was like doing kneading, and then everyone was like, "Oh, that cat is horny, my dude." That cat is specifically horny. I think maybe there's another animal too. I don't remember. Anyway, um, Is this an actual photo or is this just like a... Bufo Marinus. Okay. I'm just gonna copy. Thank you, Mayan News. And I'm going to post the in here. Go. Okay, I forgot to put it all the way at the bottom. Bufo Marinus. Okay. I'm gonna get until that. Look at that. Look at that. Amazing. Okay. Um here. Why is this in this playlist of Fruity Jur Arrow? What do you mean? Hate this. For real. I'm gonna have to like distort the proportions of this slightly to kind of fit how stylized it is in this reference. I can't see anything while I'm doing this. I'm gonna have to multiply this to 24. There we go. Put the nice cock away. Put it away. Bah. Okay, now that I've started drawing, I can go back to thinking about world building. Ah, I didn't mean to use the zoom tool. Does my tablet hate me or something? In a while. I literally used you at the beginning of this week, my dude. Forever your association with this music. Oh, God. Dun, 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 dun. I'm sure dumplings will be a normal, consistent thing. Actually, I think most of the countries in my world building should have a universal flatbread. We talk about dumplings, but let's have flatbread. Everyone gets flatbread. There's already a thing, but I think we should stress this. Flatbread is forever. I want my flatbread. I don't know, if you're expecting me to make some weird ass food, I don't think I can do that very easily. Like unless I like really stress my brain. I haven't had some good flatbread in a while now. Is this from like one of the Zelda games or something? It just says the composer since it says it's rainy day. Stuffed carb and flatbread are basically universal. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, cause you got grain. Grain is like go rain. Go rain. And better make sure I'm not adding random lumps for no reason while I'm drawing this. Right, it's over. You're just curious in general if I thought about that kind of stuff, things that everyone figures out, but they all figure it out differently, especially since my countries have less early culture exchange. It's very hard because I'm like, how do I make something different sort of thing? And it's like convergent religion. The end. If there's that. It's not really that convergent. It's definitely something that's been on my mind before, but I haven't figured out where I could put it into practice specifically yet. Consider what countries have developed now and look up what influence it had, how it changed when other cultural exchange happened, I guess. If I look at egg tarts. Egg tart. I think we're just thinking about food now at this point. I suppose it's really hard to like grasp the form of, I think. Should probably simplify it to help me out here. The fingers seem to look more spindly for a toad, so I have to be careful to make it look not super frog-like. The amount of frogs I've drawn recently is non-zero. It's not that I've drawn frogs a lot, it's just the fact that my frog drawing lately has been non-zero, which is enough. Local starch. Peep's good at finding staple starches all over the place, but many of them don't have enough gluten or other binding effect to make noodles or proper bread, so you get porridges, dumpling, polentas type stuff. Interesting. I'm gonna modify the pose a little bit. Make it seem like Toad is like putting their hands together sort of thing. I'm going to skew this. There we go. Might need to do it more, we'll see. Toad feet, toad feet. See if I can copy this expression. Oops, I have the blender on because I was doing an actual render for Prowler's thing. Which I'm very happy about that piece also because I'm getting a better hang of like my rendering and also like trying to like update my art style to be a little more busy and not this simple cell shading. Throwing in silly colors every so often, blah blah blah, stuff like that. But since I'm doing a lot more sketch practice, it's not something I can get to often lately, but it is a lot easier for me to move through the sketch and line art phase now because of all the practice that I started doing at the beginning of this year with that. I'm going to do a simple representation of the pupils and then do the actual design when I like get this thing upscaled. Yeah, it's just kind of stuff because it applies to a lot of cultural things, and also because I've thought about my magic systems a lot. How does it evolve similarly, differently depending on location? How does its practical usage change because of that independence? Also, more general concept of this idea is just like language. And then there's talks about starch and stuff, and I'm like, whoa. Pinterest, be my guide. Show me cartoon frogs. I have to log in. Why don't you remember me, Pinterest? You are a beach. Log me back in, Pinterest. Hello. Ah, yes, all the weird. Okay. Uh, Toad. Cartoon Toad. So what needs do people have? Respect to things that are specifically in my world, like magic and monsters and whatnot, that must be filled regardless of location. Because they don't have as much cultural exchange, though. Sorry. Because they don't have as much cultural exchange, that means a lot of countries will have a lot more specific and less influenced stuff. To go back to stuff wrapped in dough, everyone has to eat, everyone needs food, but why has specifically stuff wrapped in dough evolves everywhere and independently? Right. Maybe I just won't do the eyebrow lift on this, and maybe we'll just keep it like... Let's see if this is feasible, hold on. We give Toad overalls. This will be super cute. It's all according to Keikaku. This is all we need. This is it. This is the plan. This is what is necessary. I think in my world building, all frogs and toads should evolve to have overalls. That is what I'm learning from what we're talking about right now. Am I doing good? They all developed from a need to be fashionable. But no, I get what you're saying. I would read your paragraphs, but I'm also still on the timer. I'm on time. I'm on timer. I'm clocked in. I think I should, like, maybe expand this up a little more. Yeah, there you go. 100% valid fashion import. I mean, technically, it's an actual good reason. I think a lot of things become, they're like, ooh, practical, and then how do we make it? Reminds me, there was this post I shared in some group chats and stuff that was like, it was like a difference between Dota and League of Legends, and it was like, every time you click to make your character in Dota move, on it, moving, I gotcha. And then all the characters in League of Legends are literally just like, hold on, did the music? Okay. But all the characters in League of Legends are like, the darkness in my soul is just so hot and sexy. Oh yes, I'll just fucking kill them all. Oh yes, I'm sexy. Yes, I'm cool. But also, I'm fucked up. I was just... I was like... Yeah. This is really not wrong. God, okay, hold on, dude. Like, that is indeed how League of Legends characters are when you move them around on the map. Ooh, I'm so ready. My summoner. Oh. God. Imagine you as like a video game character and you're like moving in battle and stuff, and like you weren't like being summoned or anything like the champions in League of Legends. You're just there in battle, and you just fucking like walk around the battlefield, and you're like, ooh, my tatas are so hot, and then the enemies are like, what the fuck, and your teammates look at you like, what? Ooh, my tatas are filled with darkness. That's literally what it is. Don't give me that toad. Ease of eating multiple things at once, and you're sure a myriad of other things, of other reasons, but stuff like that is why even though everyone has different foods, almost everyone has some sort of stuff, hold on, stuff wrapped in dough. Specific spells, specific magic that is universally known. Countries are all very independent. Why did those spells all develop independently? What makes them so necessary? Right. Fashion too. People everywhere have developed ways to wear fancy colors and show off shiny things, but the resources for colors and shiny things are different. And yes, they're different between different countries. Beauty standards and fashion trends and stuff develop very differently. Jade versus gold versus turquoise, yeah. Hello, lobster. Did I put you away? Hmm. Arc Knight story dumping you into the game level jump scare. I'm sorry. Great Rift Valley Bushman Protoculture spell origin. Jesus Christ. You think you've been slowly poking at the story for an hour? Oh, Lord Almighty. I have been kind of ignoring Arc. Have I done my dailies today? Hold on. I need to do my dailies. We're making mooncakes and Arc Knight. But different cultural fears and emotions affect the prevalence of monsters in different regions. Certain fears are universal, but how does that change depending on cultural perception and reaction to that fear? Your mom's kidding. Sorry, I can't stop it. Your mom. um, sorry. Okay. We're putting the mooncakes in the oven. Okay, I got shrouded golden waves. Cute. Do I have to eat this? Is this a thing I have to eat? What do you mean it expires in 17 days? What if I just want to keep it? Fuck you. I hate this game. Hold on, I'm doing Arc Knight stuff. I promise. But I also get it. I will work on that eventually next. As I've been working out. Oh my god, please give clues to other people then. As I've been slowly working out. Yeah, let me just give it to Bones, so it hasn't logged on in like a hot forever. Here you go, Mika. Need to put people into my base. Yeah, I'm like slowly trying to figure out perceptions of like a big thing of like figuring out the term for monsters was me trying to think in terms of people growing in that historical age and seeing it and the way they learn and figure things out, and they're like, what are these monsters coming from? Are they similar to these other monsters we've seen? Stuff like how do they eventually learn this and that and stuff through their continued exposure and stuff. Mush pot, mash pot, melting pot, mixing pot. Oh wow, why do I have these? I use melting pot a lot when I talk about the United States because it's world building stuff. So, I know. Okay, time to let this annihilation run in the Baku round. Ooh, 41%. Survive my. Oh wait, I already have a proxy annihilation card. Okay. Well, does that get me the next one? No. Fuck my timer. Oh no. Okay, go run while I'm doing more work. Okay, back to drawing tip. When you have that, you get much more similar stuff, or at least stuff that evolves from a single viewpoint. Right. There's definitely like magic types that develop first as a common ground and then eventually diverge drastically, and probably diverges drastically depending on the culture. Or that the way the types of magic that develop among people in a culture develop drastically. I'm going to make this big. We're making it big now, Toad. What do you mean there's nothing to trans? Oh, wrong layer. There you go. I'm going to flip this. No, that's not how you flip that body. Ta-da! If it doesn't look distinct enough, you flip your canvas. Easy peasy. Artist's special technique. You're welcome. Now let me move this toad over. Or I'm gonna make it smaller and then move it over. Yeah, I'm still like trying to figure out things like how religions might be founded on similar beliefs but have distinct differences to them, which I've been working it out very okay. 12 it is. 12 too much? No, 12 is fine. I've been slowly getting there, but I jump back and forth between a lot of different things. It's mostly dependent on what I'm like looking at the moment, I guess. My brain can only tackle so many things at once, and it makes brain hurt. Is the music playing, or did it? The mix ended. That's why it's not playing. Okay, hold on. Enjoyed this Omori calming emotional music with rain sounds because I'm too lazy to think about this a little further. Eventually, I'll be able to get enough courage to do an Omori replay. Eventually. You think about this a lot because you say stuff like charcuterie, list of charcuterie. Everyone wanted dried meats, but they all made it differently. You have so many dried meats to buy and try. The world is amazing. Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, I get what you mean. This is really sending me back, actually. That is slightly tilted, so let me make sure I account for that. I do this. What am I doing? Eyes. Not really that many characters here to have defined eyes, so I'm just going to have to work with this. And update the thickness later when I start doing the outline part of this. The monsters in my world building, I still like have to figure out the design of them, which I haven't been able to. Because I visualize things in my head pretty easily, but then it's like, how similar of these motifs do I want? And then that's where I'm like getting stuck. So eventually I'll have to do more brainstorming on that. That was going to be part of the goal for today's stream, but maybe if I finish this raffle doodle, maybe I'll do some of that on stream today. Because I really want to tighten up like similar design motifs and stuff. And then that way we can think a little more. You think of food as an example for this because it's an essential need, and getting it conveniently, quickly, and consistently means that people all have independently come up with lots of ways to do it. You sure you could do a really deep dive into stuff with language as well? Right. Language, be gone. Yeah, monsters, magic developments, magic related technology. I don't know if you should be like more spiky like in the reference or not. I'm just going to like go with my vibe for now, which telling me to make these thicker than they should be for this part. I feel like I should give a toad, or give a hat to Toad. A little hat. Just to be silly. A little thimble hat, maybe. Convergent evolution, both in evolutionary and cultural sense, wild stuff, for sure. What? You didn't actually mean to make this a distraction, I just mentioned lack of cultural exchange. And wow, so many types of dried meats and stuffed carbs, how does this apply to literally every aspect of culture? Neurons activated. Christ. Yeah, I can see that, Mika. For like the past hot while. But it's okay, I need it so I can keep developing things in my world building slowly and surely. Which will keep postponing me from sharing anything. Realistically. The weirdness of people move but don't properly adapt to the local situation. Uh, I don't know why I did a haha to that, but yeah. What? Is it doing recovery saving? Inland people take over, conquer coastal area, and consider all seafood as trashy poor peeps food because it's different. Oh, interesting. The more I listen to the Samori mix, the more I think about how I'm like, it's so fascinating that it's like, I think I mentioned this once before too, how I've seen streamers who gotten raided by OmoCat herself. Um, and then it just kind of pains me to see people who are like clearly fans of the game go out of their way to immediately like backseat the streamer that they just raided into, and it's like, my dude, if the streamer's playing it for the first time, stop, you know? And it just sticks in my brain because I've seen it happen twice. So it's like, I'm very peeved by it as someone who really enjoyed Amori, because it's like, you know how y'all felt when Inscription when I first played it, and like people were talking about a lot of like um and people came in and being like, oh, you just wait for this and that from like a later act, or wait for act blah blah blah, and it's like, you don't shouldn't just mention that in the first place, even if I'm not going to understand the reference. And it's like, just let me be and let me see what'll happen. Rain World, it wasn't a concern. I think Pizza Tower, it was. I'm like, it's a troublesome thing. I don't think there's really any perfect solution to something like that, unfortunately, other than hope people can just be a little more decent and considerate about that sort of stuff. Anyway, sorry, I just hearing Amori and I'm like, I I've had some not so good interactions with people from an Omori community, and then just seeing how people do the whole backseat spoiling stuff. It's tough to figure out how to convey excitement without actually spoiling what you're excited for, which is why you reverted to just smiley face whenever you saw something. Yeah. That I'm like pretty chill with, and it's cool. I just wish other people could maybe, I think I understand if there's like excitement unable to contain, but it still hits a limit sometimes, and it's like there's a limit to how much I can just be like, yeah, keep remembering to not do it, but it cannot be lenient like that forever. If it's going to interfere with both me and other people in chat in regards to us enjoying what is happening. Also, I saw your other messages. Hold on. I'm just oh, there's a lot more messages. Okay. You recall I mentioning the whole thing of negativity, so not necessarily conquering locations maybe, but oh man, you're sure the monster situation goes bonkers and fucking yoinkers if there's a large exodus of people and a culture becomes minority majority, leading to what Toad said. Yeah. It can result from a lot of different overwhelming feelings and developments and stuff. So like with like the wars that were happening and stuff, you definitely would probably see some like different types of those monsters arising when it came to like people being refugees during like the First Great War, of people being like, okay, I guess we can like, because the sea is like a little safer to travel, we'll go across and we'll go take refuge in like Spain, which is how we get the United States equivalent and stuff. But obviously, because they're refugees and they're no longer in their home country, they're going to have homesickness and they're going to be like trying to acclimate to what might already be like claimed territory by Spain, even though Spain was like, yeah, you can just be refugees here. And you know, it's still going to be tough for them because everyone's going to be like, oh, look at them, they're just poor victims of the war. And so you get all of this stuff of like pity and like people trying to acclimate and you know all this other stuff, you know, blah blah blah. So definitely you'd for sure see like unique takes um on like what types of monsters are like super common and when. Not to mention how they appear based on like the current cultural annotations at the time, right? Because that's something I thought about. It's like, what would be the first types of monsters that would appear, and then how would they start evolving in appearance as civilization and humans develop more? Um, and so, as it so turns out, there's you could like start seeing it in like sort of three generations. One is those that arrive that manifest from the most fundamental emotions that even animals have, which is why these monsters most mainly resemble not monsters. These monsters mainly resemble animals because they're literally based on the fundamental, you know, instincts of like fear, fight or flight, prey and predator. And then you start seeing the next generation, which is like things that are literal, you know, literal influences from like the like what tends to be like major conflicts in like humanity. So like wars and battles, trying to get land, having conflicts over against each other. So you start seeing this next generation of monsters being like literal like reflections of emotions and stuff that happened from that, you know, like despair, worry, more fear, um, regret, guilt, post-war trauma. And as these things develop further and further and culture develops more and like you get like boons and like visual arts and like I can't think of like the term like entertainment, you know, like more fun, silly, haha stuff. You start seeing this, I guess, like a current generation, which is like they start being more not literal to what they're representing, but they become more metaphorical, more figurative, and that starts shifting and drastically changing depending on where you are and what their cultural annotation, cultural perceptions of different things are. Um, like how black cats could be seen as bad luck or good luck depending on where you are in the world, in like our reality, right? Um, Stuff like that. So that's something I definitely like thought over a lot more recently with what you sent in my Discord, Mika, because I was like, right, because that's something I want to like figure out a little more. So that's one thing, and then I remembered that along with like trying to find a new term for my monsters, like name for them, was also me figuring out like along with the whole how would people react to them and try to understand them, a lot of like research that would go into that and me developing things like, oh, this is where they came up with like this theory where they learned like, oh, these monsters seem to like literally reflect like these emotions that we like have or slash bottle up. Huh. Here is a theory that posits that these monsters are like blah blah blah, and then it's like, you know, this goes on to become like, haha, this is like a super currently accepted theory based on, you know, evidence of literally looking at these stupid ass fucking monsters. And then you have other things of other researchers where they're like, okay, how do we like categorize these monsters? And then you start getting people like a researcher who like creates a scale to like designate how dangerous a certain monster is, and along with trying to categorize what kinds of emotions correlate to how dangerous a monster can be. Okay, what is happening with his hand? Universal conflicts, more specific conflicts, conflicts through reactions. This is another reason why you're like war more independent countries, because it means I have 5 starting points instead of 3, and then I had to figure out the combinations of 5 things or even the permutations of 5 things, as it be different depending on what cultures, majority, minority, and power / non-power. Some stuff is fundamentally the same, but again, all those different countries, approaches to the conflicts and how to interact. I don't like the way this is like bending up like that. I want it to be a more smooth transition into the hand. Same for the side as a result. I think I want it to like kind of do this a bit. Give some closing folds to that bad boy. So this is why I talked about... Okay, it's more... I was jokingly like... If you've been to the 20,020 collab stream, which still needs to be finished, we got to a point where there was the giant mechanical butthole, aka the Mercedes-Benz Stadium that was mentioned. And so I was like joking in some private chats, haha, what if there was a giant mechanical pulsating butthole in my world building? And for all intents and purposes, theoretically, this could be a thing, and it's entirely dependent on cultural perceptions and common symbolism. And it's both a combination of what is in society, the societal paradigm of symbolism, and also down to what an individual may perceive symbolism-wise. Because sometimes even your own individual symbolisms can influence like the kinds of monsters that spawn from your own negative emotions. Which means depending on what you perceive, it may slightly alter the way monsters develop, right? So maybe roses might represent romance or something, but for someone else, maybe you'd get monsters that resemble roses because roses represent an obsession with something that is that is unhealthy, that you're clinging to it, hoping for something good to come out of it, that you're also hurting yourself at the same time. Roses that are beautiful, but they have thorns on them. You know, completely different from a romantic take on it, right? So you have stuff like that. I don't want to think about the implications of mechanical pulsating butthole at the moment. Also, hi Dago, hello. Happy Thursday, I hope you're doing well, long time no see. I hope you're doing well. Have you been doing okay? Ow. Well. I accidentally flicked one of my earbuds. Ow. Citrona, did Chris ever get back to you about the calzones being Italian thing? I do not forget, as you can see. I think I need to go charge my phone once I get onto break because it's been on still because I've had Arknights on still. It's just finished the Annihilation and I'm like, crud. He said yes because he originated in Naples. There's a break. And he also said you need to greet him like a normal human. Christ almighty. Okay, let me... Give me a moment, y'all. Let me go put my phone to charge after I close Arc Nights. And then I should also go take a bathroom break, and then I can go ahead and read your longer messages that y'all sent. Give me a moment. Oh, 35%. Hang in there, phone. Okay, got my proxy annihilation card thingy for today. And I'm going to go use the restroom. BRB. Hello. Hold on, I'm coming back. Hi. Okay, let me see what's been said in chat. Inland, okay. Happened with lobster. Other example for that, tuna was considered trash fish in Eastern Canada for years. A guy who was doing cargo flights from Asia to Japan had empty room on the way back and made arrangements to fly tuna in personal crates made by a coffin maker to the Tokyo fish market and gave the fishermen a cut of the auction price where these fish would go over 200k each. Huh, and blam, they're not trash. Huh. The cut of the auction price was partially to encourage them to handle fish right, because it wasn't that they could palm bad quality items off on these people, but they knew fish and knew what they wanted. Interesting. Difficult when you're trying to communicate with other people in chat when you're excited about to talk about it without spoiling. You really like having sneaky channel for Pollar's streams so people can do smiley face and be like, yes! But in the main chat, I have a way to communicate with other chat members to be like, they're seeing the thing! Holy shit, bro! Okay, for Prowler specifically, it's like, he's not going to see the thing! I am devastated. But yes. When we were all streaming Baba's Yule along with Prowlers playing gods. Yeah. Hi David! Hello, hello! How you doing? Happy Thursday! Let me lift my mic. Okay. The combine. Anyway. Yeah. You and Derek gifted a dagger to his not yet boyfriend, and his not yet boyfriend thought his was a proposal because in his country it's seen as symbolizing cutting your own path and shit. Whole unholy hybrid of Discworld Tree Coal Mines Nougat version. You think you'll make a tuna melt? I hope you have a good tuna melt. Is this because Toad talked about tuna? Thanks for the eels. You feel like the egg laying is a bit much? You think that's part of why the IPC is a great villain in HSR? People understand taxes and debt. It's scary. Huh. Okay, there are... Oh, hold on. I need to mark some of my chat messages as not read just in Discord so I don't like look at them. Ooh. Just in case. Okay. Back to doodling. It'll be a little hard for me to see some chat messages since I have my phone away as someone who only has a single monitor. So if you do need my super attention, you can use my name in your message and I will get pinged. Thanks to my BTTV extension. I'm gonna finish the leg. I guess the overalls should be covering the legs too, right? So I'll do that. Okay, what is this ping? That is from Nightbot. I've been bamboozled by this bot. Oops. I think I mentioned before how on stream Persona was like a big influence on me, or I played Persona a lot when I was young. Or not played, but I like basically fixated on it for a hot while. I still kind of do, but spoilers for Persona 4 if you've been wanting to play. I'm sorry, but this is kind of important. The games have technically been around for a while too, but they have been re-released on PC, which is super cool. But man, like quite a while because I learned about them in like middle school and stuff. But Persona 4 is definitely a game that tackles like your inner emotions and things that you bottle away, such that the major bosses that you fight are literally thank you. All right, hold on, how am I doing the feed? Hold on. The bosses, so the enemies in Persona 3 and 4 are called shadows because, you know, they're literally shadows. The inner darkness of human beings. And so in Persona 4 specifically, you fight shadow versions of mainly the main cast, people who are going through their own like turmoil and stuff, and like, okay, well the whole plot as to why they have to do that is because they get kidnapped into TV world, and that's the whole other thing that I don't really remember right now. The point is they have to like fight their, technically they don't, the other team members who've already confronted their inner turmoil do. But basically, it's a whole lot of let me do this maybe. Hold on. Their shadows are kind of reflections and are symbolic of what they've been struggling with. So one of the bosses is for Kanji. Kanji is suffers with like trying to balance out being both masculine and feminine. And so a lot of this comes down to like everyone seeing Kanji as like, oh, he's like a delinquent or something. He's dangerous and stuff. But then there's also the sense of like, oh, like like you like as like people like try to stalk him and like figure his thing out, and then later he gets kidnapped to TV world and you have to go save him before he gets murdered because that's basically what's happening in the game. Hi Orange, hi. We're talking about Persona 4. Spoilers, because I've been talking about world building. So if you've been wanting to play Persona 4, please do not listen until that pin message is gone, I guess. How have you been doing? Well, happy Thursday. Anyway, so for Kanji, it's a lot of like dealing with how people perceive him in regards to being too masculine or too feminine and trying to find that balance. And so when he gets kidnapped into TV world, people who get kidnapped mainly have a dungeon labyrinth that's created along with their shadow self. So Kanji's dungeon is a bathhouse, an onsen. And Shadow Kanji is depicted as a man that is in the onsen. And it is presented through the TV because it's shown on the Midnight Channel, as it's called, Shadow Kanji presents this as a midnight sexy hot men show in the bathhouse. And so when you go to fight Shadow Kanji at the end of this arc, Shadow Kanji presents it as, oh, I love other men sort of thing, such that the boss and the minions that you fight the boss with are depicted as like hunky bara men. And whether or not this is also a direct correlation to kanji sexuality is whatever. But the point is, it's that Kanji's inner struggle of trying to figure out how to balance masculinity and femininity along with how societal stereotypes are is distorted into that. Shut up. That is actually not necessarily why I like the game. When I first found about it, they drew Lylos's Germa, and oh my god. Oh, more messages. Hold on, long messages that I'm trying to draw. I'll hopefully catch it at the next break. The reason why there are like two other shadow designs that I really like. So one of the later ones after that one is Rise. Rise is a pop star, a fashion model, but she's also just a simple girl who helps out at her parents' store. She's a celebrity, and when you go into her dungeon to save her when she gets kidnapped on the Midnight Channel, her dungeon is a strip club. Her shadow self is depicted as a stripper who wants to show everyone what her true self actually is, because in reality, she's been forced to put herself in all of these different roles as a celebrity, as a fashion model, as a pop star. I don't think pop star is right, but as a fashion model, as a model that everyone knows about, as a celebrity. And so because of this, she has this problem of like not knowing which part of her is the real her, right? So you fight Shadow Reset, and it is just a giant rainbow stripper. Whose particular thing is that when she gets recruited into the party, she's able to sense your party's weaknesses and like resistances and stuff. So like in the animation, it's depicted as Shadow Risa is able to basically block all incoming attacks and basically hit everyone's weaknesses because she can analyze stuff. Because it's all related to like being able to see, like find what who she really wants to be, sort of thing. And then right after that, you get to fight the shadow of your little funny mascot friend, Teddy, who is literally a depiction of nihilism. You fight a giant horror sized version of Teddy, who in the animation it's shown better that basically Shadow Teddy has a partially broken face, and his face is depicted as a literal black hole, as it starts sucking everyone in. As a depiction of that, Teddy does not see a reason, or one of Teddy's fears is that there's no point in trying to pursue a deeper truth, and them trying to figure out why people are being pulled into the Midnight Channel and getting murdered. And so for that, the whole concern for that is Teddy trying to come to terms with, yeah, I think we should still keep trying to pursue the truth, even if we don't know if it'll solve anything or not. So that's Teddy's arm. It's pretty cool. Also with the fact that Teddy comes from the Midnight Channel originally, and some other crazy blah 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 stuff where he's like, who am I really, sort of thing. Am I nothing? So I really, really liked those two. Some other ones, you fight Chie is like the second main shadow boss ever. She's depicted as a dominatrix that wields the whip and has like a mask and is held up by a tower of girls underneath her. I think hers was that she's being depended on by one of the other main characters a lot. And I don't remember anything else other than that. But you can see there's a lot of like really cool symbolism that goes into like depicting the shadow versions of like these characters and what they've been going through. Um, the one right after Chie is Yukiko. She is depicted as a princess who wants to be saved by her Prince Charming, to be whisked away because she works as an heir to an inn. Um, and so you can imagine all sorts of things involving that, involving duties that she has to do. And so when she changes into her true shadow form to fight, she's depicted as a phoenix-like bird trapped in a bird cage. So yeah, this is like very important to me and like was very formative for me to learn about in like middle school and stuff. So it's very cool. Persona 4 I really like because it's really that depiction of like finding of like coming to terms with your inner shadows quite literally. Um, um, trying to remember some other ones, but like my brain is like forgetty spaghetti right now. I think I wanted to put another toe here. Doo, 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 doo. Oh my god, how could I forget Naoto? Um, Shadow Naoto is basically they originally present Naoto as a boy because they're a detective who's trying to figure out like the murders, and they're suspecting the main cast to be involved somehow because the main cast is actually going in and saving people from the TV world. Naoto is actually a girl, and so her struggle has been her trying to get accepted for the fact that she's a girl in like a police department and trying to be a detective and stuff like that. And so when you go to fight into Naoto's dungeon and try to fight her shadow self, the dungeon is represented as like a mad scientist's lab, and at the end, you see that her shadow self is trying to convince her to go through with like surgery to change her gender. And her shadow self is represented as kind of herself, but partially mechanical. Um, Also, I do these feet kind of differently, and now I'm kind of annoyed because now I'm a little annoyed by that. I don't remember the specific symbolism that like belies some of that stuff, but yeah. I think that's also the point when they're like, "Oh my god, Naoto's a girl," and it's like, "Oh, yeah, well, there you go. Friends, you now know." Do I remember the meaning behind the heaven boss? I believe so. It's I think the guy was like they thought he was like the culprit behind like the Midnight Channel kidnappings or something, but I think he was just like super delusional and he was thinking that he was saving people by taking them into the Midnight Channel, even though I don't remember if he was actually the one doing it. And so he's depicted when you fight him when he turns into a shadow, he's depicted as this giant like angel-like dude. He has like a giant like piece like giant gears spinning around above his head like a halo depicting the peace signs, so all common symbolism and stuff for like peace and like with some religious undertones to it of him being like he's like Jesus Christ and like trying to save people, right? Savior complex, yeah. And then there's another boss. He's not even a main character. He's some other guy who like pretends to be the culprit. His dungeon is a literal video game, a castle. His literal shadow boss is presented as a giant voxel soldier within which is just an infant, a floating infant slash embryo. Because all it's representing is the fact that he thinks that this is a game that he thinks that he can be the hero or not a hero, but like a main character, and being like, yeah, and falsely claiming that he's responsible for what's been happening, but he's not. You and your brain, you want to try so bad. Oh my god. Sally wants her tuna. Give her some tuna. I mean, drink some water. I think there's like one other shadow boss, and it's like the first one you ever fight. It just like introduces you to the concept of people can have like shadows of themselves and stuff, and have you tell them that they're not you. They're like, haha, I turned into evil, crazy monster version of you, then I kill you. But you know, just the normal stuff that happens, you know. Who's a chode? I can have little tuna as a treat. I would assume it's not like necessarily pet grade, but I wouldn't know necessarily specifically why it's not pet grade. But yeah, just a smidge, a little bit. Is that the end of Persona 4? Spoilers. I'm trying to think. Um, I mean, just in general, the Persona series is pretty well. Persona 3, it's more a morbid game about death and loss and stuff, but the bosses are all the first like few major arcana in tarot, and they're all symbolic representations of the reverse of the arcana. So you know, just symbolism is crazy. It goes wild. So you know, obviously, this had a very formative effect on me. It's obvious. Felix wants to. Oh no, you think it's how they process the mercury and stuff? I see. I see. Yeah, if you want to search it up, just search up like the shadow bosses from Persona 4 and stuff. And you can see their specific designs because they're really cool. I could probably pull them up on stream if you wanted me to. We would just still be, oh, we have our long break right after this one too. So if you really want to, we can look at them. I don't want to like show too much, but because you know, spoilers and stuff. But the 7 boss is horrifying for other reasons, but also fuck that gear shit is your channel. Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, I just really like the juxtapose between Risa and Teddy because you get this weird ass stripper boss, but it's like it's so interesting to see these distortions of our repressed emotions and selves depicted as these things that are also like either taboo or seen as like not normal to society and stuff like that. Because I mean that's what most of the cast is enduring, honestly. It's so silly, haha, Tarama, haha, haha. I don't remember. I think there's some symbolic aspect to it too, but the heaven boss is also like they can also control other of some of your characters like against their will by placing a halo above them also. That is also the shape of a peace sign. So, you know, some cool stuff happens with that one. Okay, I just need to do the eyes, which I'll probably just copy, try to imitate the design basically that Toad has. Ooh, don't move the background thing. I like keeping that in the sketches. It reminds me that they came from common origins of a really rough sketch. I think Hold on, let me make sure I'm like doing this correctly. Yeah, I think y'all can just search it up yourself, probably. But yeah, Persona 4. Thank you. I am doing my best. Why is this super... Okay, whatever. I think I should move the pupils, like, so that they're not facing just straight out. Actually, the more I think about this. You need to make things a little more interesting. You just move the direction that the pupils are looking in, and ta-da, you have dynamic looking eyes. Easy peasy, artist technique. Unpinning spoiler message for now, thank you. I think we're good, but yeah. Persona had an effect on me. Sure. Trying to think if there's any other media I absorbed as a kid that like also had like instilled similar like things that meant a lot to me. I would say Kingdom Hearts, but Kingdom Hearts was a fucking mess. I love the series, but it's also a fucking mess. If I can do these flower shapes. Actually, I can just use a ruler. Symmetry ruler at 10. Da 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 da. Easy peasy. I'm so good at this. Okay, now that I did that, now I can actually like adjust these eyes and stuff to make sure. I think I was also touched by The World Ends With You, because I brought that up earlier when I was talking about like other monsters like Heartless and Noise and stuff. Because The World Ends With You, the Noise are specifically meant to be like, they're monsters that are specifically driven to like negative emotions and can also trigger negative emotions. That's why they're called Noise. So that was also like a major thing that affected me, I think, when I was young. I think for Kingdom Hearts, I definitely Birth by Sleep was the thing when I was still in like high school, and that Birth by Sleep introduces the unversed monsters, which are specifically monsters that are born. The reason why they exist is major spoilers, so I won't say, but they're meant to represent emotions also. So, you know, I think I like showed them when I was working on monsters the last time a while back on stream. Yes, the world ends with you. I haven't played Neo though. I've been like kind of intending to, but like I've never got around to it, unfortunately. I'm gonna do this in advance, just so we have some eye shine to work with. It's so nice to draw eyes super big like this compared to like the other eyes in the sketch, because then I can be a little more detailed with these. You have Neo, but you want to replay the OG first and don't currently have that? Aw. The OG is so great. I wish they could like port it, but it's like it's really hard because it really uses the DS functions because a lot of the like attacks that you equip require you to like use your stylus in different ways. Sucks. But I love the world building for that game. I think I'm gonna timer's gonna end soon though. No. I'm almost done with Toad though. Alright, alright. I guess we'll go ahead and take our long break. Saves, okay. Break time. Ugh. Let's see, I know there were some longer messages, I think, from Toad. Big Villains is a giant corporation that owns most of the known world. Its mission is to support the Eon, godlike being of protection, and building a giant wall against the Eon antagonistic to theirs. They're capitalism incarnate. Christ. Your ancestors 500 years ago borrowed a bunch of money from us to defend your world. This is the overdue payment. Oh. Interesting. Emergency Wheatley plushie. Oh no. Tuna, more tuna. Citrona's getting harassed because of tuna. You forgot your ex has the copy, so you gotta buy a new one. Oh, hope you can get a new copy soon. Even the mic stuff in some of them. Phantom Hourglass. I remember when I first played Phantom Hourglass through totally normal means, I like couldn't get any further because I think I was trying to do like one of the first major dungeons, and you had to use the microphone for that. And through my totally legal normal means, like I could not, the microphone on the DS would not work, and I was like, I guess I can't finish it. So then when I finally got around to finishing it, because I'm a fucking Zelda nerd, and I was like, I need to play and finish every Zelda game in the series except the multiplayer games because those are fucking horrible to play through. I got through Phantom Hourglass, and then I was just like, oh, you know, I have a mic. I'm just going to record myself making noises into my mic, and then it worked, and I was like, woohoo! Oh, and then I actually did have spirit tracks, like in actually normal means. Doing the fucking music parts where you have to blow into the mic to play the spirit flute and through multiple phases throughout the game was fucking annoying because it'd have to be like and I'm like, why isn't it working? I'm trying to do the melody. And so when I did it through totally normal means later, when I was like wanting to finally play and finish spirit tracks, being able to get that part easily done because I could just upload a soundbite of me speaking or singing into my mic made it so much easier, and I was like, yes, I don't have to worry about this. Man. I think in some of the Ace Attorney games, I think at least in Apollo Justice, there's like a thing where you also find fingerprints, and you have to like blow into the mic to like blow away the dust that you're using to detect fingerprints, stuff like that. Man, what a time. I played Pokemon Ranger a little bit, but that was just more through normal, totally normal means. Asterisk. Me doing that, I think I used my tablet when I retried Pokemon Ranger within the past few years, and I was like, how do you do this? How do you circle so fast? Jesus fucking Christ. I could not like get any further because I was getting tired of doing all the circles. I was like, circle, circle, fuck off. I like hit like a major like, I think it was like in a sewers area or something, and I was like getting so annoyed, and I was like, he trying to figure out how you were gonna manage the end of the diabolical box on stream. Oh, I forgot they had that too in that game. Like one of the important parts, yeah. Oh gods. And then now we have, and then there was the Wii phase where you had the Wiimote for stuff. I really want them to port Super Paper Mario because they should be able to. they have a shaking mechanic for the fizzy bombs in Splatoon. So anything that they can do for Super Paper Mario, they could definitely do on the Switch. Because like you need to, because there's like parts where you have to use the Wiimote to like select move your cursor around because it's a 2D platformer game that can switch into 3D occasionally. Sometimes you can use your Wiimote to like select something with your cursor, but you can do that with like tilting controls of anything, or you can have a setting to use like the joysticks that the Switch has. And then you can still do the funny shaky thing for like the items that require you to shake it to get your item to max power, stuff like that. Because I love the first three Paper Mario games. I'm so happy that Thousand Year Door is being brought. I think it had already passed. Super Mario RPG was the recent one, but I really would love for them to bring Super Paper Mario because I love that it is like it's not an RPG. It deviates fully from being turn-based from the previous two, so it's very distinctly different. And it's not like fully going into that paper theme that the later Paper Mario games take. Uh, the stuff about the effect of blowing into Nintendo cartridges makes you think how many people cause damage to their DS by blowing into the mic. Oh my god. I'm sure the mics were made for that, hopefully. um, Man, you never got to play Spirit Tracks. You saw a lot of stuff on that, but you weren't really good at reaction time games. So with Phantom Hourglass, you played it for a solid 2 months and you got stuck on one of the fights. So you stopped for 2 years and came back with more gaming experience. Yeah. When you play these games with more gaming experience, it's like a lot easier. Like playing Pokemon now, when I'm like, oh, I know how to like optimize and stuff. Because I'm an optimizer. It's like, oh, easy peasy. If I can't optimize, I'll just fucking grind to death. um, Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, both of them, the one thing that annoyed me was their equivalent, like, Phantom Spirit Tower place. I don't remember what it's called in Hourglass, but when you have to do the things with the floors and you got the dark nuts everywhere and stuff, or the Phantom Soldiers, in Spirit Tracks it's silly because you got Zelda with you, and it makes it a little more fun. But it's like, oh, I have to puzzle in this area. At least the music is nice. I think they even share like that track in the soundtrack between us. Anyway, my super duper favorite is Wind Waker for sure, and also Twilight Princess. Once I finally got to play Twilight Princess and finish the game during the pandemic, I was so happy. And I really like both Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, and I feel like you can't like separate those games in the Zelda series because they literally Twilight Princess happened because of Wind Waker. And it's so cool how distinct and different they are because of that. Of course, you gods. Um. Oh, it's already 11. Everyone knows body English helps you turn faster in Mario Kart. Me in Splatoon, when I start spinning around in my chair, trying to be like, I'm shooting them, I'm shooting them, I'm gonna splat them, I'm splatting them. Even though I have motion controls, but sometimes I start like moving around in my chair and I'm like facing like fully 90 degrees away from my monitor, and I'm like, the Temple of Ocean King. Oh, God. Those puzzles were always quite annoying. I don't remember anything else in like unique mechanics. Um, that place was so stressful as a kid. You couldn't fucking deal with constant health drain. The health drain. Oh, the drawing with stylus stuff was always fun. Like drawing specific stuff specifically instead of just doing like regular circles or something. Phantom Hourglass had that where you had to map out an island. One of the DS games that I have, Glory of Heracles, has it so that you can power up your spells by like drawing shapes or like moving things around on the stylus in the screen, sorting things out, like random mini games based on like the element and stuff. Um, so that was pretty cool. I think. Oh, Cooking Mama. Why? How could I forget that? Cooking Mama I have a Cooking Mama game also on my DS Lite, and it's like you literally like one of the things when you're like stirring food, it's like draw this path, doot doot doot, next path, woo, move the pot around to catch the ingredient, stuff like that. Ugh. Cooking Mama, my beloved. That's why it took you 2 months. You'd have to go to that when you go into that stupid temple. You'd be so stressed. You'd fucking run 3 seconds between safe zones and have to stop and breathe and calm down for 5 minutes. Oh no, man. This is why you only play turn-based games, God. I grew up with Final Fantasy X too. That is a turn-based RPG, but is an active time turn-based versus its original entry in Final Fantasy. So maybe I have a little more experience with action time because of that. Even though you could like deactivate it when you're like in like the sub menus in battle, like choosing a specific skill or item. But you know, speed battles. I could actually play those games on stream because I still have to finish my Final Fantasy X-2 playthrough, but I could like replay 10 because I finally got to finish 10 when I bought it on Steam. That'd be fun, but I also need to stop saying that because I'm trying not to game as much on stream just for a bit. Those would kill you. You played a few games like that and you can't. Oh, you're a very high-strung child, if I couldn't tell. I see. I will try to note this. Yeah, I grew up on Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Mega Man. So I got some of that action type stuff in my brain. So silly, so fun. I wonder my phone is charged up sufficiently in like the 30-40 minutes that I left it to charge. Um, do 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 do. I keep having this website open the game UI database. I'm waiting for them to put Splatoon 3 side order in there, even though I have screenshots of it that I've found and picked out everywhere because I love the UI of games and Splatoon's 3 side order for the Rogue Light has me in a chokehold. Guitar Hero DS had an attachment that used the Game Boy cartridge slot for additional buttons. Oh, fascinating. Hot dog style. I know Rhythm Heaven has you hold the DS in that hot dog style form. That's the only one I can think of that makes you do. Oh, Brain Age also does that. Right, Brain Age. That's interesting. Using the Game Boy cartridge slot like that. That's so. Huh. That's. I can't believe you could do that. Interesting. Rhythm Heaven. I wish they could port that, but when you have rhythm games that literally use swiping of your stylus and pressure-based taps, it's a little hard. I think they could at least bring the Wii version, because I also was very in love with. I was in love with both the DS and Wii Rhythm Heavens. I think I like knew about the Wii version of Rhythm Heaven before it even came out in the Americas, actually. So yeah, I was like, what is this like English type? I don't. It's like Rhythm Heaven Fever, I think in English. I was like, what is this? I only know it as Minna no Risumu Tengoku. What are they talking about? uh, you've never actually used the DS. It sure is something to use. I wonder if my DS Lite still works. I haven't used it in so many years. Also, I think this is getting to like the very crazy emotional track in Nomori though. I'm going to change this mix immediately. Do 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 do. Here, Gone Fishing relaxing video game music playlist. I've played this mix-up before, apparently, so enjoy the fishing sound or whatever, I guess. Oh, that's an interesting attachment. That's cool. Wow. You can really feel like you're playing a guitar. Oh. Might have clicked something random. I hope I didn't do anything weird to OBS or something. Um, use your friends, and you played so much Nintendo. Oh, never got to play those as a kid. I definitely like tried them when I got older through totally normal means, but I was like, okay. I have Neopets now, so it doesn't matter. Okay, back to work, everyone. Let's put on my artist glove, and I can finish doing the line art for Toad and wrapping up. And just remember, it'll be a little hard for me to see chat while I'm working, so just keep that in mind, folks. Let me add a... There we go. You're gonna have a good night. Have a good night, Toady. Or you're wishing us a good night. Sorry, I have... What is my English coming to? Have a good night, Toady. I gave you 4 head kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. What games were your Foundationals, Pokemon, Mystery Dungeon, Brain Age, Big Brain Academy, Nintendogs, the My Sims DS game? Wow. You played stuff like Mario Party, but you're so bad at it. Kirby Squeak Squad and Superstar Ultra. Because your greatest enemy is the floor and you can float in depth. I see. Of course. I'm amazed you survived Hollow Knight. I'm gonna have a good night, Toad. Nintendogs is the game. Yeah, I think there's a cat equivalent too. I forget. What are other games that like influenced me just mentally? Slash gave me brainworms. I'm trying to think. Kingdom Hearts for sure, Mega Man Battle Network and Star Force. The other games, Persona, The World Ends With You. Tamagotchi Connection DS game? What? Interesting. I'm trying to think. I mean, well, there's Pokemon, obviously, yeah. Kirby Squeak Squad was the first game you 100%ed. The ghost ability was a pretty... Oh! That's reward for doing... Oh, cool. Yeah, I know that. I played Squeak Squad a little bit, but I don't know if I ever finished the game. I've definitely played through a lot of Superstar and then Amazing Mirror for sure. You're trying to think of games like that, but you don't think you critically engage with media until you're like 18 probably? I see. Oh, Ghost Trick Phantom Detective along with Ace Attorney series for sure had an impact on me with like story stuff. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, I'm so glad that it's on Switch and PC now. I feel like I can't like really stream it or anything, but also like maybe I should because it'd be fun to go through the mechanics again and also share the story with y'all. Because Ghost Trick Phantom Detective is one of those games that you can only play once. because it's just a story. It's a mystery story. It's gods. Oh my god, it really. I think I'm due for my replay of that game. That's what this means. The music is so good. I wonder if they remastered the music for that game. If not, that's fine too, because I like the original music a lot. So much. Zoo Tycoon DS? Oh. The shit that influenced you was your own OCs. You're so real for that. Twitter fandoms wish they were. Oh my god. Is there anyone here who isn't a weirdo? Kidding. We're all kind of weirdos. That's okay. I take pride in being a weirdo and an anomaly. Super Mario World. Super Mario RPG. Thousand Year Door for sure. Nostalgia Band. This is the Tamagotchi game you spent so much time decorating your room. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I wonder if I've seen someone play this. Feels faintly familiar. I think when I used to watch this streamer, I think they played it as like part of their random, just playing random DS games. Interesting. I'm gonna make these eyelids thicker. Thick. Please. Thank you. Like that thickness on them. Amazing how this is technically a full body of Toad. Sorry, Toad, you're gonna have to pay me a lot more than like technically this one of Derek, because it's a full body. Kidding. You saying this kid could spend a few more years touching grass before making their hot takes? Okay, Citrona. You should spam the flower shop one. You need to see if the memory comes back if you play the game. Are you saying we should do like a totally normal DS run of just games we used to play as a child or something? I don't know if I'd survive that. Just out of the sheer amount of nostalgia that probably hit my brain and caused me to go cuckoo. Not like I'm already having it with Nintendo porting all these games to the Switch. That I've been like, woohoo! People can finally experience these games legally, yay! The original streamer house was Tomodachi. Stop. God. Why do you have to word it like that? Ugh. Oh. Oops, okay, I think hatching is separate. Yeah, okay. So there's eye hatching, and then I still have to do the shadows for the eye, like, after the regular hatching layer. That means I should also do the inside of the mouth and this catching technique. Hold on, I didn't finish here. This is technically just go into the hatching one. I'm about to do it right after this. Okay. I forgot I can finally push it down to that. I'm like super focused on hatching. Give me a moment. Let me see. There any extra chat messages? You actually would. You mean you set up your stuff to do modded Skyrim to play small while, right? Oh my god, Scribble Knots. I remember playing Drawn to Life. As I was growing up. Imagine if we all lived in the same apartment building and you had to listen, and we had to listen to your ass talk about the Cracker God dream for the 8th time this week while we put our 7 cents into community donations or constantly hearing rainforest noises because of your wallpaper. Christ almighty. You played Drawn to Life too, but you were so bad at it. Oh. I believe I played through both the first and second games. I tried to do a replay of it recently within the past year, but I didn't like continue it too much. Now that I can like draw and I'm like could definitely do pixel art with a lot more attention to detail, I don't think I could like survive trying to go through that game being like, let me just like really take some time on a fucking cloud platform. I don't think I put down much time when I was doing one. But the point stands. Cool. Woohoo! Ivy the Kiwi was hard for you, but it's so cute. I have not heard of that one. Thinking about the great game Grumps Pokemon Art Academy series. Interesting. Perhaps I do not want to know about that. Why did I draw Acer so big? Acer! Okay, I'm gonna move some stuff around to make this easier for myself. So I'm gonna put Toad in the lower left corner instead. Because I think that'll help me with like... If I put the owl in the middle again, then that should compensate for the fact that... You know, Trona is over here, or no, not Citrona. Acer is taking up more height than anticipated. Sorry, I like clearly can't remember anything. Fuck, hold on. Take that one with you, thank you. And then have to move everything again. Oops. Oh, I have to use tool like that. Okay. Hopefully I remember to find this post to share when I post the sketch batch for later. There, that way I can also shrink the height of this canvas. Wahoo. I can actually do it a little more. You played Tangled and Brave for the DS? Oh my god. You're looking through a list of DS games and Christ Alive Super Monkey Ball Touch and Roll. Your friend owned it, but you didn't. Okay, let's see this art style. Whoa. It's not what I was expecting. But it is so cute and so cool. It's a really nice hand-drawn like art style. But those rats look 3D though. Cool. Also, the media you interacted with most often didn't really call for a critical discussion about it, so stuff you watched later like VLD, you didn't really think too hard about. Is that why your brain felt empty now, Citrona? Brain empty, brain empty, brain empty. Yeah, you weren't supposed to agree on that. Too late now, but whatever. Okay, I do the usual zippity stampy. Okay. Grab my stamp brush, make sure it's the same size. I'm not stamping anywhere. There you go. Maybe a little farther out. Ooh. Okay, today's date is March 7. I'll use the writing one. I think. Yeah, okay. That's 3. March 7th, and then I have to do the thank you for Toad. For please don't run out of room. Stone Toad. Leave with an underscore at the end. The usual. Thank you. And then I do my usual silly, haha, I make it look colorful. Because I have no self-control. Whatever that's supposed to mean in this context. Oh, maybe if I was actually... There we go. Not using my transparent color. Cool. Hooray. I'm gonna move everything. Center it a little more. I think I can finally call this sketch batch finished. I don't know how I did those first two on February 1st in the same day. You only started having thoughts when you got to Fire Emblem 3 Houses? Oh. Let me see this gameplay. Oh. Whoa, this looks really hard to discern objects on that gameplay. It's so hard to discern things. Playing that on a screen especially. The entire game is you frantically trying to keep this baby bird from killing herself. Oh my god. You would cry playing this? Not that it says much because you cried everything, but holy shit, you cried so much at this game. Now do you think about it, you don't think you ever finished it because it got to be too... Oh. Is it actually a lot clearer on the screen? Oh. I would have thought it even more not clear on the screen. TBH. That's interesting. I genuinely would have been like, oh, it's so hard to see anything. You don't remember thinking about high school. I thought it said high school. Homestuck. Can't believe you're a homestuck person, Satrona. Why are we around? So gross. Okay, I'm exporting this sketch sheet in advance. But hooray, my first sketch sheet from streams. Done. I'm working on a offline one that I have to start a new on-stream batch at some point. I'll have to see. I don't know if there's anything else I'm working on right now. This is Pomodoro number 5. Okay. We just hit the 3-hour mark for stream. Since I'm not doing much, I'll probably go ahead and unstream here. I'll probably do some world building stuff right now while we keep going. Food crops, cultural convergence, EG, cooked dough on stick. I don't remember the exact wording Mika used, but yeah. The images have a bit of a filter and the movement really helps for distinguishing stuff. I see. I will take your word for it. Not that I plan on playing it myself, so I really have to take your word for it. I'm going to drink more water. There are a lot of negative emotion expressions in this sheet. Half of it are actually, and then half are like normal. We have Acer tehe pero, and then me being like ugh, and then the panda chilling, and then Toad being like and then the owl being angry, and then Derek being a whore. I'm gonna go ahead. Let me go grab my phone. Give me a moment, just even though this timer's running. Oh, why am I getting notifications? I completely forgot that people are giving me likes on stuff. Why is this happening? Because I posted stuff on like Instagram and Twitter. I the rabbit licking bread max. God, never forget bread max. Oh. It'd be fun to fill this up with more tiny doodles, but I'm currently there's a stamp bot on Twitter I'm following. Telly, my beloved. Unfortunate ending though. It's all your fault. I'm just kidding. You chose to eat it. Cruelty. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Let me turn the auto off on that timer so it's not ticking after the fact. Yeah. I have a lot of world building stuff to think. Oh, hello there. Hello there, Mika message. On screen, the colors are more vivid and brighter. Oh. The actual obstacles, vines, and ivy have more distinct outlines and different shading? I see. I guess I should look at like a video of gameplay to like tell. See here. YouTube. Hello there, ad break. Alright, Omori had a 3rd anniversary concert. Well, like I watched the Undertale one stuff. Ivy the kiwi. Long plate, sure. Okay, yeah, I can kind of. Oh my god, this is scary to look at, actually. Why does this? Why does Ivy keep running? Why does this bird just keep running? Wow, that background really is. Yeah, that's cute. I just saw this person kept drawing vines to lift Ivy up through a vertical corridor, but there were just spikes on each side. Ready, start. Oh my god, not them pushing Ivy with the vine to make her go faster. Oh wow. Oh, the way you shove Ivy with the vine. Like, go! Go! What do you mean to Troto? Oh, god. Okay, let's go ahead and hop back over to the front desk. Gonna start wrapping up stream soon. Boo. Please transition properly. Okay. Oh, I forgot my Prowler time lapse this year wasn't showing up on the preview in studio mode. Um, I have so much world building stuff to think about. I still need to do the freaking design of the monsters, so I can at least throw that out. Ah. Ugh. You just started the video, you'll send these to me later, but the music in the game was really good too. Okay. Hopefully I remember to watch. I think I should go ahead and do an outro now. Let me get Twitch open in advance. I accidentally clicked on the channel because why does this list keep refreshing? Stop. Stop. Don't do that. What if I don't feel like rating someone tonight? What if... Maybe I don't feel like rating anyone tonight. I'll have to rate someone that I haven't rated before that isn't, but considering I always stream at this time now, it's kind of hard to avoid at this point. Ring. I want to see if I can try morning streams again for some of the upcoming weekends, but we'll have to see. Because it depends on my livelihood in regards to me being alive. Mel is apparently on, yes. Okay, yes, technically I haven't rated Mel before. I don't think I've ever rated Mel, or have I? What's she doing? Partner anniversary, except I forgot. Team fight tactics? Oh, you can hear her stream, whatever. You really want me to? Okay, I guess we can drop by Mel and say congrats. Mel is having her partner anniversary stream right now and is playing Team Fight Tactics. Mm. mm. Yeah. Let me go ahead and do the outro first, because it's kind of a thing I have to do. Thank you all for chilling with me and for doing co-working and talking about world building and food and cultural convergence and old DS games. If you liked your time here and you don't follow already, please do. I have a follow goal. I don't. There's not that much pressure, but on me. But it's nice to have those numerical goals. I have a Discord server where I post my stream schedules and stuff, and give updates on when I'm streaming and stuff. And I also make sure to have a channel in there to post my art, which I post on most of my social media. So you should also check out my link tree to get my art links because art. Because at some point I'm going to post the stream sketch sheet that we worked on tonight that I've been working on for like the past month and a half. And as always, since I code my own stuff, I have some silly stuff like explorations, explore, and of course, daily stamp. Joel. Right, we're gonna go ahead and raid Mel. I don't have a specific raid message for Mel. I haven't touched the special raid messages in a while, but this is who we'll be raiding. We'll go ahead and use our default raid message. Seek joiner in your place from the out of bounds where you raid this place. If you have a sub, please feel free to append any sub emotes you would like. I am going to put in a heart and say happy partner anniversary also at the end. Like so. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this raid started, assuming I can start it. Cool. Let's go ahead and say hi to Mel. Wish her happy partner anniversary. Don't spam that raid message too much. I'm watching, well, I'm half watching you all, but thank you all for chilling with me. I appreciate you all. I hope to see you this weekend. We'll be playing new games this weekend as a final fucking break from Entry and Odyssey. So we have Chance of Sonar, I believe, for Saturday, and then Sunday we'll be playing some brief, very short games from the Haunted Cities Volume 4 by Kitty Horror Show. Yeah. Yes, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Citrona. Thank you, Toady. Thank you, Mika. Thank you, Magic. Thank you, Doggo. Thank you, Debit. Thank you, Orange. Thank you, Cooley. I give you all 4 head kisses. Mwah, 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 mwah. Take care on your way out of liminal space, and let's go say hi to Mel. Bye.